What up, peace? Y'all know who it is. Jake Torrance, a.k.a. J. A.k.a. I much prefer y'all call me Little Tony, man. I'm Little Tony to the... Please call me Little Tony when you see me, man. That shit makes me glow, man. A.k.a. Jakey the Cobra Bat Snakey, man. Like, share, subscribe, follow, man. Today we talking about why me and my wife don't wear wedding rings, man. I haven't worn a wedding ring. It ain't that it's none of y'all business, you know what I'm saying? But I just let it be known, man. I'm transparent with everything, man. On social media, I am me, man. I'm myself. I'm not acting like nobody fucking else, man. And that comes with being transparent, man. Because, you know, nowadays people can look up shit and find out, Google you and find out whatever the fuck they want about you, man. And this is just some personal shit, but for me, like, I ain't ashamed of nothing I ever done, man. I'm very familiar with my journey, man. I'm well aware that everything that has happened in my life has happened for a reason, and everything that has happened in my life, when even the things that I thought was just the most horrible things, now I'm able to look back and look at them as just blessings, man. Learning stones, stepping stones and learning stones for me to get better and build better. Situations that I've overcame and triumphed in life and made me a better man. So the reason why you don't see me in wedding rings, because I used to be the most horrible dude on the face of the earth, man, as far as like staying faithful, man, and I always treated my wife right, as far as like buying things, you know, doing things for her. But I always was that guy, believe it or not. I used to be a halfway decent looking dude, and I was always that guy who through my uncles, my father, my just me and period in my era, it was thought that you was less of a man when you turned down pussy, man. When you let pussy walk away, or when you wasn't chasing no pussy, man. But now that I get older, I find out that it makes you more of a man to settle down and make one woman happy instead of trying to please 1,000 women. So the reason why, man, honestly, Virginia Beach, Virginia, I lost in the ocean, man. I lost my wedding ring. It was kind of big. I wore my wedding ring for about the first. And y'all got to realize I've been married this year for 25 years, man. 25 years. I have and been with my wife, true, since high school. We've never said, outside of me going to the penitentiary. And I've had and I say this to everybody know this. I've had 2 sons out of wedlock since I got married. 5 months after I got married, I got my first baby's mother pregnant, which is my oldest son, Jaquez. Blessing in disguise, real one, certified real one, changed my life. I love that nigga with everything in me. Then 5 years later, I had my second child by my second baby mother, Bernadette, certified William, little Jason Jr., man, my guy, man. I love these guys with everything. They shaped and molded me, man. They made me fight for them to be in their lives, and that fight built me to be a better man, man. My first mistake, not even mistake, like I said, train of thought was thinking outside of the box, thinking that you wasn't a man when you turned down pussy. So I was always chasing pussy. I was always doing things and always trying to be in the mix, man. As far as I was in the streets, I made pretty good money, decent money in the streets, and I had a lot of respect in the streets, man. And one thing I'm gonna add on that Google note, man, you can Google all you want to. The 2 most worst labels that you can have on a man, in my eyes, man, is in the streets, a guy that claimed to be straight up, you know what I'm saying, a real one, like, you know what I'm saying, because you can be real, like, is a homosexual. I ain't gonna call them no FAGGOTs, because I got respect for a lot of them that's that's letting it be known, man. That's letting it be known. I got more respect for the guy that's in the nails and the high heels and the lipstick and the eyelashes than I do for the closet boys, man. I can't stand them closet boys, because y'all the worst ones available, man. And the snitches, man. The 2 worst names you can have on somebody's name is a snitch or homosexual, as far as like a man that's claiming to be real or claiming to be this and that, I should say, a real man. You won't find, you can Google in the streets, you can Google these women, you can Google anything and ask anybody, it won't be a tinge. I mean, not even you can melt me down and you won't find a gram of that in any category. And I take pride in that. But what I don't take pride in, man, like I said, is like I used to run around and do things, and my wife, I didn't have a conscience, man. I was able to go cheat on my wife and then come right back home and lay in the same bed with my wife, man. The worst type of guy, period, man. You know what I'm saying? I do have some ill feelings. I don't have some regrets because that made me into, like I said, everything made me, but I do have some ill feelings to the point where my wife got tired of it, man. Her wedding ring, she would get me caught. She would catch me, or I would get in situations. She's a true definition of a good girl turned, not bad, but forced to do things that she had to do in order to see if I loved her, man. You know what I'm saying? Truly loved her. So she got tired of just, sometimes she would throw it. I remember sometimes she would take that motherfucker off and nice ass ring too, man. And we would have to find that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, the next day. Or one time she broke it and knocked one of the diamonds off the damn ring. We had to take it back and get it put back in. And man, it was a lot of, she threw it down so many times, man. It was a nice ring, man. I don't know. I don't know. It was close to, I want to say $10,000 for the ring. But $8,000 to $10,000, man. And it was ruined, man. But the last time I remember that it happened, it was like she took it off, she threw it off, and said she would never put it back on again, man. Never put it back on again. And for me, at the time, I didn't care. Because what we was going through in the situation, it was really, my marriage is a blessing to be 25 years. Because I could honestly say, if it wasn't for my wife, man, she truly held our family together, man. Because it was times when I was fighting to be in my son's lives, and me and her was going through shit, but that I was really honestly just willing to give up, man. Ready to give up on. Y'all got to realize I was trying to fight to be in two sons' lives, and I had two daughters at the time, and then us, when this is the thing about me and my wife, we had we got four daughters, all four daughters. So we had two daughters at first when we got married. Then I had my son. So what she tried to do was have a son, because we got two daughters, and she knew I always wanted a boy, right? So we had my son. So this created so much, this created so much jealousy and envy in her heart through this girl, because one, I cheated on her. Not even jealousy, just hurt. You know what I'm saying? One, I cheated on her while we was married. Two, I'm having another baby. And three, I'm having a son that somebody else is having a son that we always wanted, man. So what we tried to do, we went through it with her. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want me to see y'all much in the beginning, and we went through a lot, but I fought. And in the meantime, we tried to have a baby, a son ourselves. That's when my third child came, JC, right? So when JC came, my wife was a little, we happy to have baby, and I want girls anyway. You know what I'm saying? I did want a boy, but through my wife, but whatever I came out. You know what I'm saying? She wanted a boy for me because she knew, that's just how it is. We already had a couple girls, man. So when my third daughter come out, my wife was a little disappointed, man. She's not like she was happy to have her, but I could see that she wanted to have a son. So what happened, man? 5 years later, I cheated again, man. I cheated on my wife again, just being not nothing that she was doing. It wasn't nothing the way she was treating me. It was just because I was just a fucking young, stupid young punk, man. Young dummy, man. But out of cheating, I just came out my son, Jason Jr., man. I love this little nigga, man. This nigga, Jason is the one that changed, actually. Jason and Brayla, man. Jason and my last daughter, Brayla, man. They actually really, really changed. They started giving me a feeling like I'm changing for the better, man. Like Jason was the first part of me like wanting to really, really make my change and started my transition. Although I was back and forth at times and wavy, but Jason was the one that really made me take a change, man, and wake up and realize what life was all about, man. But 5 years later, I had another son, Jason, man, little Jake. I love you, boy. And hurt my wife. And it was a time when I was going down to the penitentiary too. I caught a case, and my second case, and I had to go down for I think 2 years, right? I ended up getting boot camp that case, so I ended up doing like 13 months or some shit like that. But my wife could have easily, I found out Jason was 99.999. My wife found out. I took the DNA test right before I went off to jail. You know what I'm saying? To do my bit, man. The results came back. 99.999 mine. I remember I was in Lorraine Correctional Institution, man. And this was in, I first got there, I was in intake, so you wasn't even allowed but a phone call like once every 2 weeks or once every something like that, 3 weeks or some shit like that, man. You wasn't even allowed to jump on that phone like that when you first got down there, because you was in a facility for like a week on lockdown, and then you had to wait till fucking open like a day rec or something like the following week. So I remember finally when I got a chance to talk, the first time I got a chance to talk to my wife, she told me the results of the test, man. And she was like, Jason is yours. You know what I'm saying? Look, the baby is yours. You know what I'm saying? And she was hurt and all that. But know what she did? She rolled with me. She the one that came down and picked me up from down in Lancaster up on the hill in southern Ohio, man, when it was time for me to come home, man. And she picked me up. She was playing, I never forget this, Mary J. Blige, Too Strong for Too Long, man. My wife is a soldier, man. So what she did, never put that ring back on, though, man. And what I did, never put that ring back on. Because what I said to myself, I was never going to put another ring back on her finger until I felt like I was ready, man. That was the biggest thing for me. I was like, I'm never going to put this hurt through this woman again, and until I trust myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew we was gonna be, after this point, I was do one thing about me and my wife, bro, and this is the thing about marriage, man. You got to be, you got to see willing to put up unconditionally. You got to be willing to see the absolute best in the person, but you also gonna have to be able to see the absolute worst in the person and learn to control and deal with that and build them up, right? So one thing about me and my wife, between me and her, I knew that there was nothing that she can do and there was nothing that I could do at this point that was gonna separate or break our bond, right? So what I needed to do was start becoming a man and building myself up to resist the temptation, to resist the lust, and to understand, like, because I used to be on myself hard about looking at women and like looking at their asses and shit. You know, the shit that I do, I still do it today, but I'm able to do it without lusting, without falling for the temptation, without being and I'm still a work in progress, man. It's been 2012, September of 2012 since the last time that I've been in a monogamous relationships, and I pride myself on that, man. But at the same time, those whole 13 years, man, it's been times, it's been moments where I felt vulnerable, right? It's been times and it's been moments where I really, really had to push myself, you know what I'm saying? Not to do things, you know what I'm saying? Not to put myself in situations, not to put myself around people until I was ready, you know what I'm saying? I'm a certified personal trainer, as y'all know, man, and I've been wanting to do this, what I'm doing now, for years. But by me doing the shit that I was doing, it made my wife so uncomfortable to the point where she didn't want me working out and training other women, because she knew that would lead to other things, right? Look, I've been training for the past 5 years now, man. 5 years, had my certifications, man. Just did my research last February this year. I work with multiple women, and I work with some beauties, bro. I have worked with some beautiful women, man. And what I pride myself in is not one of them women. My wife ain't heard, because when I started this shit and I told her I was on a growth path and I felt I was growing and I felt I was ready to start doing some things, she still wasn't hearing it. And I told her, I said, Mika, if I make you feel uncomfortable, I'm going to do this. But if I make you feel uncomfortable, reasonably uncomfortable, and you got a good reason behind it, then I'm going to stop. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It can't be just because you see me smiling at no girl and laughing with some girls and I'm training. And if you come back and hear one person or one inkling of a thing said about me and another girl or another trainer, then it wipes out. It's been 5 years, bro. My wife ain't heard not one thing, because I ain't did not one thing. And I take pride on that shit, which lets me know that, and like I said, I've trained some beautiful women, bro. And I still train to this day beautiful women, man. And I'm able to recognize that, man, it's okay to be friend zones with women, man. It's okay to discuss problems and issues with women. And I don't have to be, I'm not all business with my clients. We laugh, we joke, they dance. Sometimes I record them, they doing they twerking and I'm laughing at them, bro. But I'm able to do that and not fall and not be tempted. Just understand that this is just work, but having fun. And from there, they recognize and realize my relationship. And I say this a lot, man. I've been able to weed the ones out, because some of them come down and their intentions ain't just to work out, man. I feel like some of them come down and their intentions is to, you know what I'm saying, maybe get to know somebody in the gym better, maybe get to know me better. And I'm able to feed them from a long-handled spoon, because if that's your only intentions, then you ain't gonna last long. Once you see that I ain't with it, you know what I'm saying? And once you see what type of guy I'm cut to be today, I am today, you'd have caught me 10, 15 years ago, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But once they see that and they recognize that and they see the love, a lot of women, what I can say, they respect long-term relationships. Some of them, man, they respect the other woman. They don't want to be the woman that said they broke the relationship up or they separated it. Some of them don't give a fuck, and a lot of them don't give a fuck. But I've learned that a lot of my clients, female clients, really admire my relationship. They admire our marriage, man. But I get often asked, where's the ring at? And I know my wife often, but we built such a great relationship, a great rapport, bro. It's like now I'm pretty much ready, man. I'm gonna get her a ring. I'm surprised. I don't know. I might surprise you with a ring the next, God willing, we still alive, next 2, 3, 4 years, whatever. I'm ready, man. But it's no urgency because, man, you know how many women cheat on their husbands, and how many husbands cheat on their wives and walk around with that same ring every day, huh? As just a decoy. You know what I'm saying? You know how many women, men take their wedding rings off when it's time to when it's grind time, and when it's time to go to certain places because they know they're gonna be around women, man. You know, that shit happens all the time, every day. You know how many people is unfaithful in their relationships that wear those rings, man? Those rings are just for people to say, hey, and they are union, they're joining. For some couples, they're very important, very, very important. And for most women, and this is why, and my wife is not hard to please. That's what I love about her, bro. She's not hard to please, man. My wife is not, she's that woman because all her friends got rings, and she got some newlywed friends, and they like to pop their rings off, or they like to post their rings and shit like that. And I know sometime deep in her heart or some type of way make her feel type of way because she don't have one. And I know when she around them, it makes her feel some type of way because she don't have one. But at the same time, my wife don't complain, man. My wife know what it is, and she knows she got a good man that don't cheat on her no more. She know I don't lie to her no more. She know I don't be around here in these streets. I don't go out, bro. She know 9 times out of 10, I'm with my grandkids, my kids. And bro, believe this, it ain't cause I'm old and washed up, because I'm competing. I can compete with, like, physique-wise. Bro, look at me. 50 years old, bro. Like me great. Do y'all see my shit receding, man? That's a cow's lick right there. Do y'all see motherfucking hairline, like gray hairs and shit, and me looking old and decrepit? 50. Bro, I'm a young 50, bro. The group workouts I work out with, it ain't a motherfucker in there that's they 15, 20 years younger than me, bro. And I'm leading the pack on most of the shit. So I ain't that guy that's just can't get no pussy at 50 or don't attract women, bro. I attract more women at 50 years old than I did at 25 when I was half this age. And that's just the honest to God truth, bro. But it's a great feeling to be attractive and to still be willing to do it. But it's also the better feeling and the best feeling in the world for me to, like I said, to resist the temptation, not go through with the temptation, not go through with the lust, but still be able to friend zone and still be able to have people and females like me and admire me in such a way that, hey, they respect the relationship and they respect what I got going on, and we don't cross those boundaries, man. It's a beautiful fucking thing, bro. So we don't wear wedding rings, man, because of my past traumas, my past mistakes, my past issues, man, and that I'm still dealing with and coping with and learning on a daily. But I'm getting, man, I get up in the morning and I swear to God, I make a conscious effort. My sole purpose is to be better as a man every day and to get better, man. Physically, mentally, and spiritually, man. I wake up in the morning, I pray, I get prayed up, bro. I ain't in the churches every day and praying. I don't go to church, and I ain't no godly man reading scriptures and quoting scriptures and all that, man. But God knows, man. He know how I talk to him, and he know I want to get better. He know I want to provide better. He know I want to be a better husband, father, grandfather, son, and all that across the board, man. And he know the work that I'm putting in on a daily, and to prove myself for all the things that I did wrong back in the day, man. I would never regress. I would never go back. I'm strong-minded, man. So I feel like the wedding rings and all that is cool, but at the same time, man, it's not a deal breaker, man. If you love somebody, you love somebody. And there's plenty of couples that don't wear rings, whether they can't afford them for issues like us that have past issues or for whatever, man. But some wedding people had to pawn wedding rings just to get through shit, through financial issues and shit like that, man. But just because we don't wear wedding rings, I want y'all to know this, man. It ain't a love, y'all. It might be two people that love each other as much as us, man. But it ain't nobody out there in this world that love each other more than me and my wife do, man. We got a solid relationship, and like I said, after 25 years of marriage and 30 plus years together, she treats my sons, my two sons. She called them her sons, man. She done been to their graduations. My sons can come over and lay their heads at our house any day of the week. They can come live with us, man. You know what I'm saying? She treats my sons with the utmost respects. My sons and their mother, my babies, my oldest son, and we got some issues going on, some stuff with my grandson that got killed, but so we're not in touch and like we used to be, and should never be the same. But you know what I'm saying? I got love for my son, and I got love for them, man. I just can't, I can't be around them, man. But at the same time, my youngest son, Jason, his mother, and my wife, respect each other. You know what I'm saying? They know they do it. Jason calls both of them mother. Of course, Bernadette is his real mother. He called my mom, my wife mom, and my wife treat him like a son, man. We've overcome all our obstacles, and it's more to come, but all the serious obstacles, man, we've overcome them, and we thriving. We thriving as a couple without the rings, bro. So rings don't mean nothing, man. To me, they're a great way to recognize the union, and a great way for women to be happy and show off and see who got and that's a lot of times why women want to wear them, to see who got the one that costs the most or the biggest one and the carats, and women, you give them a little ring, that ain't good enough. They ashamed of it, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't always the thought with women. That's why I love my wife so fucking much, man. Because I know if I'm broke on my ass, in debt, behind, she gonna love me the same. If I'm mega million billionaire, multi-billionaire, she gonna love me the same. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these guys can't say that shit, man. A lot of these guys are still in hoopla or wondering, you know what I'm saying, what would happen because they got their wife a certain way or got their wife in a certain place. And if they ain't able to provide the things the way they got them, or be able to go to place, take them to places and do the things that they was able to do when they got them, then they gonna lose them because they just fair weather women. They only, when the weather is nice, they outside, they with you. But when the storm come, they motherfucking ready to go somewhere else where it's nice outside at. Like, share, subscribe, follow. I just wanted to break down to y'all, man, why me and my wife don't wear rings. But I'm going to break down to y'all and tell y'all, man, we got the best and we have our days, bro. We just coming off a little fresh, a little beef, man. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But me and my wife ain't never been separated through all of this. We having kids. I ain't never stayed around longer than 2-3 days. Yeah, I would go to my mom's house, man. It wasn't none of that 6 months separation and 2 months and years separation and get back together, bro. We never did that. We was always right back in each other's faces, man. Trying to work on our problems. So like, share, subscribe, follow, man. I just want to let y'all know because a lot of people ask me about my rings. I know a lot of guys or a lot of people ask my wife and her friends ask her about her ring, and guys say, hey man, well, how you feel about your woman out there with no ring on? And guys coming at it, bro. My wife, I'm so secure with my wife and my woman, bro. We talking, we communicate, bro, and all that shit. And people know, and if you don't know, a lot of dudes don't care. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, you got to trust your woman. Like, at the end of the day, a woman gonna do what she want to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whether she got a ring or on or not. Like, a woman's gonna do what a woman's gonna do. And if you ain't making her happy, and if you ain't got no trust in her, bro, then you got issues, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's something you need to resolve with her. But me, I'm perfectly fine until I put that ring on the finger. That's gonna be one of the best days of my life, to be able to put that ring back on her finger and to honestly know that I'm a real man now. Like, when I did it before, I knew that I wasn't ready, man. I knew I wasn't ready, and I was just part of the, you know what I'm saying? My wife wanted to get married. I wanted to marry, but I knew I wasn't ready to get married, man. Now, when I put that ring back on, I'm going to renew these vows, bro, and we going to have a big shindig, bro, and I'm going to slip that ring back on the finger, the happiest man on the face of the earth. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Let me tell you motherfuckers who I am real quick, man. Jakey J, a.k.a. Little Thorny, man. Love, live, and be happy, man. And find somebody in your life that really trusts you and love you and take it to the skies. It ain't no limits, man. It's Jakey J.